Well, Mr. Milocco, Mr. Jack Milocco, how wonderful it is to have you up in the hall of Valhalla with the DBZ poster in the back. In fact, sorry, this intro is not dramatic enough. Let's get some manual zoom action going on now. Oh yeah, that's the business. Not too fast now. Oh yeah. Mr. Milocco, this is just some random guy on the internet giving some unwarranted advice that you probably heard a million times and you're not going to listen to, but my intention with this video, just say a few words, you mull it over in your mind, and hopefully I give something for you to think about. You go, maybe I'll try some of that. This might help me out, so
let's get into it.
So for those of you that don't know, Mr. Jack Milocco from Beardbrand has basically embarked on one of the biggest Beard series to ever hit YouTube, because it's being featured on such a large channel, of course. But I think when Jack went into this series, he was like, this is the Beardbrand family. We stick together. Our audience supports all of us. We support beardsmen of all shapes, sizes, and races, right? And that was the mindset he was going into it with. And I personally am absolutely surprised with how a lot of the Beardbrand audience has reacted to his progress, because his year is coming to an end. And I'll tell you what, if I was in Jack Milocco's shoes, I would be absolutely devastated. And I absolutely commend the man 110% for how well he's taken all the negative criticism that he has endured, because honestly guys, some of these comments are so brutal and unwarranted that it just makes me sad. Do people think twice about writing some of these comments? Like, some of them are just absolutely cruel. And honestly, it just makes me wonder, because apart from the mustache, I think that's the one argument that you can really make that is his beard weakness, which it's not really that bad to begin with. But apart from that, Jack's coverage is insanely good, a lot better than mine. Like, I have definitely a better mustache and underlip coverage and stuff like that, but like, comparing my beards to Jack's, like, my cheeks are a lot weaker than his, right? And it's just, there's something about the mustache that people, can't get past. And I personally don't really understand it, especially when Jack started to learn how to tame his beard with the blow dryer. I think it started looking really good. For example, in week 36, like, take a look at that. I think that is a really good look, especially with that hairstyle that he has there. But again, you can make the argument that, if you have the big beard and you don't have the mustache to match, that, it's not particularly the best look. And even though it does seem that on the surface, he is taking the comments extremely well, a lot better than I would have. But there definitely have been some moments of weakness where he's, given into the comments and he's externalizing it. And it's unfortunate to see a man who's just simply trying to reach a goal, and there's so many people online that are just tearing the man down, and all he wants to do is put out this informative content, If you think about it, like, the whole thing probably wasn't his idea to begin with, Eric probably just said, probably pushed him towards it, knowing Eric, and, he's always trying to push people out of their comfort zone, from what I've seen, and, and he's just been put in this awful situation where he's being basically harassed online, and, I don't think it's justified. And also, well, I don't know how much actual truth there is to this statement, but I think it's pretty fair to assume that some of this social pressure might have led to Jack's decision to, in the end, shave off his beard, which is totally fine if he's decided that, because his idea that he proposed is actually a really good idea. Basically, in one of his videos, he said that he's going to get it shaven off in stages, and the purpose of that would be, you know, giving inspiration to beardsmen to grow out a full beard, and then from that full beard, they shave it down to a partial beard or whatever. You know, giving some people some options. You know, like this is what a Van Dyke looks like, and this is what a you know, Scruff Burns looks like, you know, all the different partial beard styles, which I think is a fantastic idea. But here's my stance. Jack, if you truly think that this decision to completely shave off your beard is the decision that you have made deep down in your heart and has not been influenced by others, then absolutely 100%, my friend, you do what you want to do. You shave it off, you chop it down to any length you want, take it down to any style you want. I commend you for that, because that is a decision that you have made on your own as a man. However, if it is indeed the case that you're shaving off your beard due to social pressure, then I have a little morsel for you. And again, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You are your own man. You create your own destiny. I will never ever. I don't want to put myself on the same level as the people that have been giving you a hard time. See this as a invitation to information. Mull this over in your brain, and maybe you'll come up with a conclusion. And the intention of this advice is not leverage for you to obtain the upper hand to hold above the haters and say, hey, look, I have a nice mustache now. I don't think that would be a proper motivation in this particular case. However, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes I watch your yeared updates, and I just see a man that's been a little beaten down, and he's a little bit discouraged with his results. Correct me if I'm wrong when I say that. And that hurts me. It really does. And I think that you deserve better. And you have said a couple times, you know, hey, maybe my mustache will come in when I'm 30. Maybe it'll come in when I'm 40. And I absolutely commend you for your patience in that manner. You're a stronger man than me. Actually, you and I have discussed this in Beardbrand's comment section. One of my alt accounts, I commented, use Minoxidil on that mustache, Jack. It'll explode in size. And then you said, I've definitely considered it. And I know that it is a huge jump to use Minoxidil, and I know that it's not FDA approved for facial use, and I know that Beardbrand's stance upon Minoxidil is a last resort, right? I agree that it's very likely that you would be able to grow a mustache, you know, by the age of 30 or 35 or maybe even 40. But the reality of the situation is that you are working for a beard company right now. And I know that you enjoy making content for Beardbrand. I could see it in your eyes, my friend. And even when even when you seem a little discouraged, I know that you enjoy it. And I think the best way to dial in the influence and really start making some really great content and give yourself a little more versatility for making content, I think dialing in that mustache would be the best step that you could make. And there absolutely are risks. I'm not going to lie about that. However, if you dial everything in properly and you do the journey properly, then you could pretty much eliminate the vast majority of the risks and the vast majority of the side effects. And I'm not saying that you should document your Minoxidil journey on Beardbrand. I don't think you should do that. I think that you should do it for yourself. There's a very large emphasis on, you know, the beauty of natural beards on YouTube. And I think that's beautiful. It really is. You know, grow what you have, man. You know? See what you can naturally grow. But on the other hand, I don't think there's any shame in wanting something a little more. And the beauty of Minoxidil is, unlike a artificial beard transplant where you're artificially implanting beard follicles, all you're doing is using the follicles that you already have that are dormant upon your face and the vasodilation properties within the Minoxidil are activating those dormant follicles to allow proper blood flow so they can transition from vellus to terminal. And once they are terminal, you have them for life. And that process naturally happens sometimes throughout aging, but this is not always the case. You know, you might be able to grow a mustache by the age of 30, but this is not an absolute. Like, we see many men at the age of 70 getting fantastic gains on Minoxidil, and they couldn't grow a beard whatsoever before that. So that is a testament to Minoxidil and how, you know, those dormant follicles don't always get activated naturally. So you don't really know if you're going to be able to grow a mustache with time. And again, Jack, don't perceive this as me shaming you for your life decisions. Alright? I honestly just want the best for you because I can't stand the sight of someone who's just a little bit discouraged, right? And you are a fantastic guy, Jack. I'm just gonna say that outright. You have given me such great motivation to do my own yurt, which is coming up soon. So Beardbrand, if you want to scoop me up for a yurt, I'm available. But you have given me so much motivation, Jack, and I just feel like I have to give back, my friend. And so if you want to know a little bit more, DM me on Instagram, urban_hazar, and I will tell you as all I know about how to apply Minoxidil in the safest way possible. So, you know, you don't ruin your skin and you don't, you know, induce any side effects that could otherwise be avoided. So, hopefully this information was helpful to you and to everyone else watching. I hope you would enjoyed it. It's getting pretty late now, so I'm gonna pop off to bed. So, boys of Beardbrand, have a wonderful night and cheers.